This convention will be ruled by Robert's Rules of Order. I have a copy here. The chair's decision can be challenged. For that purpose, we need a parliamentarian. I will appoint as parliamentarian Mr. E.H. Ford.
Mr. Chairman, I wish to offer resolution number 1. Whereas the Democrats of Texas have traditionally been free men with a free choice, and therefore be it resolved that this convention oppose the proposition of a favorite son, and that our delegates to the National Democratic Convention be given a free choice to vote for the best qualified candidate for president. Mr. Chairman, I move adoption of this resolution.
You have heard the resolution and the second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, same side. Resolution number 1 has been adopted by this precinct.
Chair recognizes
Mr. Chairman, I move the adjournment of this convention.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion carried. This precinct convention is over.
Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson, a newly elected board chairman, suggested yesterday that federal money might be rejected to save construction costs imposed by the Labor Department. Labor attorney Tom Upchurch was also at the board meeting. I asked him his view on the mayor's recommendations.
We will do in any lawful manner to exhaust the remedy to establish the higher rate, because it is time to draw the guideline in the southern, western, right-to-work state where the wage rate that's claimed to be a heavy highway rate is nothing more than the lowest rate that you can get a man to work for.
Locally sponsored federal programs have come under attack again in the city of Fort Worth. Channel 8 News talked with former Community Action Agency Controller Cordell Brown.
Sir, how much are we talking about when we talk about the Community Action Agency?
Well, Bob, the Community Action Agency in Tarrant County has spent over $1 million. And at the present time, they're working on another $1 million. Even though, Bob, we've had 2 audits, and each time the mistakes was pointed out, now they're going around on a 3rd trip. We have a program which for the senior citizens in Tarrant County, where we receive some Army surplus vehicles, and these vehicles were only to be used to aid the senior citizens and take them to the doctors and different appointments that they needed to make.
Were they ever used for that purpose?
Well, during the month of January, they decided to have a courier service. Now, this courier service is picking up mail in the different neighborhood centers. And this courier service cost anywhere from $60 to $120 a day. Now, all the mail that they picked up during the month of January on this courier service could have been mailed in for less than $5 a day.
Bob Gooding, Channel 8 News in Fort Worth.
One of the owners of this new team that's being put together now, and it'll be the new, the latest team in the NBA, and it's kind of fun to try and put a team together and be part of it. And I like Phoenix. I think it's going to be fun.
For the image of Hemingway had been, I think, in the popular mind, one of a furry-chested giant who roamed the earth, knocking over things in its path, and many people were repelled by this. In the course of the last year and a half, I've had maybe 4,000 letters from readers who said we hadn't read much of Hemingway because we didn't like that image of a man. But after reading my book, they began to read Hemingway because the book corrected to a great extent. It portrays him as a shy man, complicated, yes, an unusual man, yes, a kind of an immortal man for some of his life, but at the same time very believable, very warm, and that appealed to a lot of readers.
Mr. Alexander, a lot of people talk of youngsters, a growing percentage of youngsters who are arrested and put in institution because of drug violations. Do you find this true throughout the country?
Well, in the federal system, we have some youth in drugs, not too many of them, although the youth are the largest single groups in federal prisons.